Hello YouTube, welcome to Just Get It There. Before I go farther, talk about what I'm going to talk about, please like, subscribe. Subscribe, it costs you nothing, it's free. Absolutely free. Doesn't cost you a single solitary red cent. So please like, subscribe, share, comment. I will get back to you as soon as I can. Now, let's talk about what I want to talk about. Last couple of days have been going crazy. I've been running. Had an issue where I delivered a load. In case you see the post, always be a pre-trip. I had two tires that were bad on my trailer. One I noticed, the one the service tech at the TA in Whitestown noticed. Hats off to Jessie over in Whitestown. She was phenomenal at getting my truck up and running so I could get this load to where it had to be. But on that note, at the same time when I made that delivery, I happened to see a couple of giant puddles of oil underneath my truck. I thought it was my truck that was leaking. Lo and behold, found out it was not, thankfully. So instead I get a message from my dispatch today telling me, the shop said your truck's good to go. I'm like, alright, cool. So I found she had me find an empty. I found an empty. They told me that my load would be ready at Kellogg's in West Jefferson, Ohio around 1 o'clock. So I headed over there. She told me it was all good to go. You can go early. They were pretty good at getting everything done. I showed up. Load wasn't ready. Surprise. I can't say that because most of the time they're usually right. They are pretty much on target and usually ready. But this time I go to Kellogg's and it's not ready. So I shot her a message, say, hey, and anybody knows that you go to some of these distributors or shippers or whatever you want to call them, they're usually pretty crowded and they don't want you sticking around. They want you off the property as quickly as you can. So, and Kellogg's in West Jefferson, Ohio is the same way. As soon as I checked in, the guard goes, your load's not ready, it's been canceled. I'm like, alright. They go, you gotta leave the property. I go, well, I gotta send a message. They go, you can do it off the property, but you gotta leave the property, you cannot stay here. So what did I do? I got up, got back in my truck, spun out of the parking lot, pulled over to the shoulder, over the side of into the parking lot, and sent them a message saying, hey, load has been canceled. They said it's got to be rescheduled, and that was that. And I told her and I explained to her, I go, security, I mentioned it. I didn't get the person's name because I wasn't able, they wouldn't give me their name, so I just put down security guard, which that's what they are. They're a security guard. So I sent them a message telling the security guard also told me I cannot stay on the property. So I have to leave. I'm going to find some place to park. I get a message back saying they never informed them of this load not being ready. And she never took the load off me. I get a message over to Qualcomm about an hour later telling me that the load is ready to go. And I'm like, we'll see. I get back to the shipper. I get a message telling me, your load needs to be rescheduled. Your load is not ready. It won't be ready because nobody's rescheduled it. They looked all through their notes. Nobody rescheduled it. Nobody did anything. So I shot her a message back and let her know that, hey, load is still not ready. I'm leaving. I went to our parent company's terminal in Columbus, Ohio at the park for the time being until they figured it out. And I get messages on my Qualcomm going, you didn't wait for a response, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. And I'm like, the shipper does not want me on the property. I had to leave. So I left. I'm not arguing with security. I'm not having the police called on me for for their load. So I got off the property. I did what I was told. I left. And so she sent me a message back saying, oh, they were going to live load you. They never said. I sent in a message. They never told me they were going to live load me. I would have stayed if they would have told me they were going to live load me. No one ever gave me that information. Nobody passed that information to me. So I ended up leaving, and then I had to go back to. I stayed at the terminal in Columbus, Ohio. So she sent me a message. She pulled it off me, and she's going to put me on a list, and I needed not to sit at the Heartland terminal in Columbus, Ohio, but I had to come all the way back to the terminal in Trenton, Ohio. And she put me on a list, so she's not happy. There ain't much I could do about it. I'm following the security's instructions. I'm not following what anybody in dispatch or anybody tells me I have to do or don't, what I can and cannot do. At the end of the game, it comes down to the shipper. They tell you what to do. If they tell you load's canceled and they tell you to leave the property, you leave the property. You don't sit there. Otherwise, you have the cops come and get you and write you up. Or possibly arrest you and take you to jail and impound the truck. Take your pick, depending on the cop's mood. And what the shipper wants them to do. If the shipper tells them to arrest you, they arrest you. If they escort you out the property, they escort you out the property. Always obey what you are told to do by the shipper. Even if you don't like it, even if you're told something totally different, follow them. The company can't say nothing about that. You got to follow what you are told to do. Same goes if you're at a receiver. The receiver tells you the same thing. You're low. We're rejecting you. We're not taking you. You got to reschedule because you're either late or they have issues with their technology. Their computers go down or whatever for checking you in. Say, okay, thank you. Try to get their name and pass it on. Same goes if you're on a brokered load. If you're an owner, follow what the shipper says. Never mind what the broker tells you. A broker is sitting behind a desk somewhere several hundred miles away, doesn't have a clue. You follow what the shipper or receiver tells you no matter what. It saves the headache of dealing with law enforcement. You don't want that headache. So right now I am sitting in Trenton, Ohio, waiting on a load. Hopefully tomorrow I get moving again. No idea. All I get told is I'm on a list, and that list is 7 people deep, if not more. Who knows, depending on her mood. But I just figured I'd pass it along. Tell you to stay and listen to what the shipper and the receivers tell you to do. If they tell you to leave, leave. Do not argue. Just do it. Just walk away, or in most cases, drive away, and do not get into that argument. It's not worth the headache. It's not worth going to jail or anything for that aggravation. No freight's worth it. So just deal with it. Walk away. And get hold of either your dispatch, your broker, whoever, and let them hash it out. That's what they get paid for. You're a driver. You don't get paid to do that headache. But if you have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out to me at justgetithere1@gmail.com. The email information is below. So like I said, please like, subscribe. I got so many people that aren't subscribed. You need to change that. Subscribe. Get it over with. You want to watch the video, subscribe. What is it going to hurt you? You want to go a step farther, hit the bell for notifications. You get notified whenever I do a video. So, until the next one, bye for now. Stay safe, and see you in the next one.